Ranking every Survivor player from worst to best. That's right, I don't make the rules. This is the only true and most objective Survivor player rankings of all time. Using science and math, if you disagree, that's fine, I guess. Just let me know in the comments what you think, as at number 46, Bruce Peril. Call it a hunch or placing my bets and trust in Jeff Probst, which I know Jeff gets a lot of hate, but he is kinda amazing at his job. Bruce is in last place in the bottom of our rankings because he was the first boot of Survivor 44, but Jeff saw something special with him, bringing him back for Survivor 45. So we'll have to wait and see if Bruce has anything else to offer for Survivor. But with that said, our goal with this video series is to rank all 72 new era Survivor players from worst to best. That's including Survivor 41, 42, 43, and 44. As we discover once and for all who is the best of the best. Obviously that's a lot all at once, and we're slowly gonna be working through this, as today we're talking about the most meh and low quality Survivor players possible. So put your feet up, grab some popcorn, sit back and relax. This video is going to make some people angry with the most hot takes in this entire series, as we're moving into number 45, Brad Reese. What elevates Brad Reese over all the players under him is the Tony Vlachos-esque gameplay he was going for. Now, am I saying Brad had potential to be like Tony, the GOAT of Survivor? No, of course not. But he showed Tony qualities with understanding deep down Survivor's a game, and the players should be having fun. Brad was able to find a vote steal advantage, a hidden immunity idol, running around spying on tribe mates, and targeting players directly to their face. Now it's the same story over and over, with there being nowhere to hide with these small tribes, and being placed on the struggling green Ua tribe. Brad was an easy target for his unpredictable nature, and from the same season of Survivor 41, we have number 44, Lyanna Wallace. Now, this is gonna be a placement I have a feeling people are going to hate, but newsflash, I think Lyanna is overrated as a Survivor player. The issue is there were too many mistakes stacked on top of each other that you just can't look past, whether it be leaving the SA4 alliance, constantly fighting with Xander, wasting the knowledge is power advantage, or losing our closest ally in Shan. However, the next player on our ranking survived less days than her at number 43, Kane Friszler. This one personally hurts me, with Kane being one of the few Canadians to play Survivor, and the rest of the Canadians we hopefully won't be talking about for a long time. Look, if this was a subjective list, I'd be throwing Kane in the top 20, but I just can't help but wonder if he did anything in the game. Kane had a rough start on day 1 and never recovered from that after the merge. The next player wasn't able to recover from smashing the hourglass with number 42, Rockstroy Bailey. If Rox applied to Survivor 20 years ago during the original seasons, I have no doubt he would have rocked it. No pun intended. This dude is your stereotypical old school Survivor player. He made history with smashing the hourglass. The issue is modern Survivor is going at a pace much too fast for this dude.
Sometimes everyone deserves a do-over.
I went back and I changed history.
Number 41, Ellie Scott. If ranking Kane at 43rd overall hurt me, ranking Ellie at number 41 takes it to a whole nother level. Pre-season for Survivor 43, she was the player I was most excited for. Let's just roll this very poorly aged clip.
Potentially a winner pick. I think it's between Mike and Ellie for my winner pick of the season.
Number 40, Daniel Strung. The textbook definition of the Jacob Derwin type of Survivor player. This is the type of dude that's going to swing for the fences and play the game hard for the limited amount of time he is in the game. Lesson to future Survivor players: don't simultaneously betray all 5 of your tribe mates at your very first tribal council. Number 39, Tori Meehan. Tori started the game strong, but not gonna lie, I think she started the game too strong, forcing alliances too much with her tribe mates, making her seem fake, put her on the outside of the tribe early on in the game. Sure, she had the physical strength, winning a couple of individual immunity challenges, but the same story as Daniel, came out of the gate too strong to be a good player. Number 38, DeSean Radin. This is gonna be a spicy hot take, but DeSean got extremely lucky being placed on the blue Luvu tribe to start Survivor 41. As we all know, this tribe never lost a challenge, meaning DeSean slid right into the merge. Although in a big power position, he made so many blunders, making him have 0% chance to win. One, blindside blindsiding his ally, 2 burning bridges with Erika, 3 sealing his fate with dropping the truth bomb.
If I do go tonight, I would like to just throw out some more information just to spice up the game a little bit. No false information, this is all very true.
Number 37, Sammy Leviti. Fun fact, did you know Sammy is only 19 years old? Starting Survivor 43, I had little to no faith in Sammy, simply from teenagers sucking at Survivor. However, week after week, I thought Sammy was proving me wrong. On top of this, his lie about being older than 19 seemed to be working. It comes down to 2 things with this dude: trying to play in the middle too much and not having enough agency in the game. Lesson to future Survivor players, just don't be 19 years old. Number 36, Josh Wilder, or better known as Dr. Joshua Wilder. I was tempted to put this dude near the bottom of our rankings for having literally zero control throughout his entire time in the game, but we gotta put some respect on Josh's name for surviving 13 days without any power. Also, I'm a sucker for idol plays, even though the idol was given to him for free, but whatever.
Jeff, I don't want to take any chances, so I'm going to play my hidden immunity idol.
Number 35, Owen Knight. Pre-season, the Survivor community was pumped to see this superfan in action on Survivor 43. Even though he did make it all 26 days, yes, Survivor isn't 39 days anymore, he seemed to have zero control, zero say, and zero power in any decisions going on. It's cool to make it to the final 3, but being the 0 vote finalist is always sad to see, especially if your nickname is Charlie Brown. Number 34, Heidi Gallardo's Greenblatt. Another spicy hot take. Although Heidi made it to the final 3 and actually placed second in the game, same story as what we just said with Owen. Making it far in the game is one thing, going far and making moves is another. This is a little subjective as I'm not a fan of quiet games on Survivor, but it's mad impressive that she now holds the fire making challenge record. Number 33, Ryan Medrano. This dude was one of the hardest for me to rank so far, simply from the type of game a person like Ryan's gonna play. It's obvious the general Survivor superfan community does not really respect the physical game out there, which is fine, I guess, but personally that is one of my favorite parts of Survivor. I loved his backstory of overcoming so much, but his strategic game was weak, and I don't know about you, but I think it's kind of fishy to say you're gonna throw a challenge after you lose a challenge.
Or should I knock these 2 balls off? Kind of made that decision to throw the end of that challenge because I've been trying to vote out Cassidy.
Number 32, Hai Young. Fun fact, this is gonna get some hate. I think Hai is an overrated Survivor player. Sure, he made it past the merge and some spooky tribal councils, but it doesn't matter if you make crazy moves early. You need to make moves the jury will see. Ultimately, another huge strategic mastermind that we won't be talking about for way later is the reason Hai's Survivor adventure ended early. Number 31, Danny McRae. Same sort of thing as Ryan, who we ranked 33rd, as Danny is obviously a physical beast playing in the NFL, but I'm not sure if he had the strategic chops for a game as mentally draining as Survivor. Fun fact, Danny is actually a beast on the show The Challenge, so if you're a fan of the competitions like me, make sure to go check it out. Number 30, Nasir Matt. Another prime example of the Blue Luvu tribe saving so many people during Survivor 41. In this video alone, we have DeSean, Danny, and now Nasir all not going to a tribal council before the merge. Let's be real, it makes it kinda hard to rank these players fairly as they had a straight path into the second half of the game. However, much like we have given players respect for the physical aspect, we gotta give Nasir credit for the survival aspect of Survivor. Number 29, Cassidy Clark. Do me a favor and leave a comment down below if you are a Cassidy hater or a Cassidy supporter. I'm gonna let the comments decide if we ranked Cassidy too high or too low. This one is so hard to judge, and I'm not gonna lie, you Survivor fans are kinda obsessed with her. Quick reminder, if you are checking this out for the first time and asking yourself, where are players like JD and Heather? Well, don't worry, we already talked about them as the worst players in part 1 of this video series, and players like Maryanne and Jesse will be coming in future parts. So if you don't want to miss it, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. Number 28, Jamie Lynn Ruiz. As we all know, a great Survivor performance comes down to tons of skill, but sadly tons of luck as well. I'm sure Jamie has some of the skill that comes with being a decent Survivor player, but on the flip side of things, she also had tons of bad luck throughout her time in the game. It's a bad balance when you tell the truth about an idol and no one believes you. Number 27, James Jones. This guy for some reason gets tons of heat in the game for things like his rivalry with Owen and not managing his threat level when he found the crazy knowledge is power advantage. But fun fact, I have met James in person. He's a super cool dude and a big fan of the channel. So James, if you're watching this, what's up? Number 26, Chanel Howell. If you remember the pre-season of Survivor 42, Chanel and Hai were hyped up to be just like the duo we saw in Survivor 41 with Ricard and Shan. While we won't be talking about Ricard and Shan until future videos in this series, there is a reason why Chanel is ranked 26 overall and Hai ranked 32nd overall.
Hi, Chanel.
Hi, Chanel.
Sure.
Hi, Chanel. Chanel, the Travis Bugger.
Number 25, Evie Jogada. Possibly the hottest of takes in this entire video series so far, and I can guarantee a bunch of you are yelling at me in the comments for ranking Evie right here. Evie would have been ranked much better if they could just keep the good old yellow Yase tribe together. In my opinion, it made zero sense turning on each other that early in the game, and I already ranked Lyanna and Xander way lower. Number 24, Mike Turner. As you can tell, I put zero respect on players that make it to the final three and don't have things to show for it. The big issue with Mike here is that he actually had tons of things to show for his game. However, he took the coach route and talked to the jury about playing the super loyal old school game, when in fact he should have been honest about being a backstabber. Number 23, Lauren Hart. Okay, so this one is tough and filled with tons of speculation. Like, if you ask my grandma, who was a casual Survivor fan, she would say, who's Lauren? Lauren received basically zero content throughout the season, but with exit interviews and behind the scene details, it seems like Lauren was a power player with a big chance to win the game. Number 22, Tiffany Sealy. I love me a good underdog story, and seeing Tiffany struggle early on only to find her footing was a great story, but I don't want to repeat myself. I'm just not a fan of the Yase 4 alliance. Number 21, Matt Blankenship. I loved the energy and heart that Matt showed throughout his time in the game, but it was a sloppy game for sure. In my opinion, the weaker part of the showmans we got to see, as we won't be talking about Franny till part 3 coming next week. If you are watching this video when it first came out, subscribe to the channel and come back next week for part 3. But if you're watching this afterwards, click right here for part 3 where we're talking about Franny.